This emergency broadcast is being sent to all residents who currently have a registered pet dog in their household. If you're hearing this, it's not a test. Please don't turn it off. We're begging you. Just listen. Recent alerts from multiple counties have forced us to address a growing pattern of disturbing canine behavior. Something's happening. Something we don't understand, and it's spreading. The first known incident happened just after 3:00 a.m. in a quiet mountain town called Sycamore Falls. Not the kind of place you'd expect for something like this. That's what makes it worse. A couple living on Chestnut Ridge reported something strange with their Labrador Buddy, a 10-year-old rescue they'd raised since he was a puppy. They'd had him longer than they'd lived in that house. Buddy was family, sweet, loyal, never barked unless he needed to go outside. The kind of dog you trust with your kid's sandwich. The kind that waits by the door just because you're 5 minutes late. At 3:07 a.m., they found Buddy sitting completely still at the edge of their hallway. His head was tilted upward, not looking at anything, just listening, not even blinking, just frozen like a statue, ears twitching every few seconds, like he could hear something no one else could. When the husband called his name, Buddy turned, not quickly, slowly, unnaturally, like his neck was stiff or resisting. And then he smiled. He didn't blink. He didn't move, otherwise, just stared, with that wide, toothy grin, like he knew something they didn't. It wasn't a snarl. It wasn't fear. It was a full, deliberate smile, lips stretched back, teeth bared, unblinking eyes, still listening, like he was proud of something, like he had waited years to show them this face, like he had waited years to show them this face. The wife said it looked like someone else was inside his skin, like the body was a suit, and whatever was inside was proud of it. Since that morning, 28 confirmed cases have emerged all across the region, and those are just the ones reported. We think the number is way higher. People are scared to talk, or gone. The symptoms are always the same. Dogs stop eating, stop drinking, stop playing, sometimes for hours, sometimes days, standing there watching nothing, listening, standing there, watching nothing, listening. Some owners have reported waking in the night to see their dogs smiling, just standing by the bed, showing all their teeth, complete silence, not breathing heavy, not wagging, just there, too close, too quiet. The smile does not change, not with time, not with yelling, not with medication, not even when the lights are off. One man said he threw a blanket over the dog. 10 minutes later, he heard it giggling, like a child. But it wasn't a child. And it wasn't Buddy. In some homes, owners said they began hearing words, not barking. Words, but the tone was wrong, like a recording slowed down, like the voice had teeth. The first thing they hear is always the same. I waited long enough, and it says it like it means something, like it remembers in 2 recorded calls to emergency services. This voice came from the living room, while the dog was still facing away, smiling. The officers said they heard it too. The dispatcher quit the same night. We urge all residents, do not hide in other rooms. Do not attempt to approach or calm the dog. It's not scared, and it's not confused, but it wants you to think it is. It wants your sympathy, your trust. That's how it gets close. If your home has an attic or basement with an interior lock, go there immediately. Wait for help. Do not listen. If your dog starts talking, and whatever you do, Don't answer it when it asks questions. That's how it learns. 3 reports from last night show that the voice you hear may know your name, your memories, and even your childhood phrases. This is not your dog. This is not anything from here. It knows things. Things no one should. One man said it asked about his mother's perfume. She died in 1987. Something is using its body, something that was waiting, watching, borrowing its shape, like it had been hiding behind Buddy's eyes for years, waiting for something, a signal, or permission. Something let it out. Not called, not summoned, just released. After 24 hours, changes begin. That's the pattern. First the smile, then the silence, then the rest. You'll notice it first in the smell. Like rot and melted plastic, it clings to your clothes. One caller from a cabin in the north reported the dog's fur sloughing off like wet paper. Beneath, there was skin, but it wasn't canine. Dry, gray, tight, like overcooked meat. She said it smelled like burnt wires and sulfur. The air got thick, like the walls were sweating. She said her phone melted when she tried to record. The time on the microwave reset itself to 6 hours and 66 minutes. Another resident said her dog had extra joints, limbs bending backward, sideways, standing taller than before. She said it scraped its head on the hallway ceiling, but her ceiling was 8 feet high. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Just a ringing, like feedback from a speaker in her skull. Worst of all, in 2 cases, the dogs began speaking directly, but they didn't say words. They said memories, things only the owners knew. Remember your birthday at the lake. You saw what your father did behind the garage. You were already mine when you found me. One of them whispered something in Russian. The owner didn't speak Russian, but his grandmother did. They don't just speak, they accuse. They want you broken, scared, weak. They know what hurts you, and they'll say it. Like they've been rehearsing, like they've been practicing your pain, replaying it, memorizing your screams. Lock the door. Do not feed it. Do not speak to it. Do not believe it. Even if it says sorry, even if it cries, that's not your dog. That's not anyone's dog. This is not a warning. This is an evacuation alert for all homes affected by smiling dogs. In file number 42C, one responder said, "Whatever's inside them, it doesn't leave. They burned the house. It didn't scream. It laughed. Keep your radio on. Do not go outside until further updates are confirmed. And whatever happens, if your dog smiles, it's already too late."